valley where the dead men talk. The dust whispers secrets in a slow, dry walk. A lone church stands its bell silent and still. Underneath the gunslinger's heart, waning will. Beneath the gunslinger lies a tale untold of love gone cold and vengeance bold. In the silent desert, under burning skies, every whisper's a ghost, every silence a lie. Rode with a brother side by side in the fray. Betrayal's bullet found him one curse break a day. Left him lying in a town too sad for its name, with nothing but a bottle to douse the flame. Beneath the gunslinger lies a tale untold of love gone cold and vengeance bold. In the silent desert, on a cursed land's cries, every shadow's a doubt, every gust a goodbye. At the crossroads under the pale moonlight, he faced the devil with his old plight. Revenge or peace, the dry wind hissed, with a gun in his hand and a name on his list. Dust, gunpowder, and no promised land. Every strum of the guitar, a lament for the past in the wild, weary west, where legends last. Under blood-red sky of a silent desert town, whiskey bottles lay like ghosts upon the ground. A dust storm whispers secrets of a man once free. Train whistle moans through the cursed tumbleweed. Buried in the revenge, deeper than the grave. Lost love and betrayal, no man could ever save. Every step a story of the dust that I've become. Buried in the revenge, where my dark past won't succumb. In the shadow of the church where the flames lick the stones, lived a tale of a heart turned from flesh into bones. A lover's vow broken under weight of deceit. Forgotten graves echo cries of the incomplete. Buried in the revenge, deeper than the sin. Echoes of the gunshots like devils in the wind. Past the point of no return, with each setting sun. Buried in the revenge, what's done is never undone. Face to face with my ghost in the ruins of the night. Head tilted low, eyes glaring with twilight. as the falling has begun. Buried in the revenge, acceptance in the dirt. Silent deserts hold the tales of the hurt, riding through the echoes of the choices that I've spun. Buried in the revenge, on this path I am undone. Under the blood-red sky where my tale retold lies a gunslinger's heart, forever dark and cold. In the shadow of the valley, where the dead men lie still, the sun bleeds crimson over Boot Hill. Whiskey bottles and secrets buried deep, ghost town echoes the forsaken weep. A lone whistle splits the silence, a train bound for nowhere, past the hanging tree swinging in the air. Underneath the hanging tree, that's where he'll find his fate. Ghosts of the past whispering of hate, twisted rope and a crooked decree. Lost souls linger where no one's free. In the dusty winds his sins they'll retreat, by the old hanging tree where the condemned never leave. He wore a badge once, sworn to protect, but a heart turned dark from love's neglect. Burning church on a hill, prayers gone with the smoke, promises shouting on his vow he did choke. A lover's betrayal under a blood moon's glare, her whisper in the dark, a cold and desolate affair. Underneath the hanging tree, justice finds its own, a reckoning from seeds of sin that were sown. Merciless sky and a storm's mournful plea, echoes of a cursed and a soul never free. In the howling night, the truth you will perceive. At the base of the hanging tree, only death can relieve. On forsaken ground he stands, gun heavy in hand, faced by the shadows of this cursed land. Their eyes bore through him, each a mirror of his own ghost. In the silence he's the host to the damned's toast. A reckoning's breath upon his neck, revenge a bitter seed. It's here at the hanging tree, his fate is decreed. Underneath the hanging tree a twisted silhouette swings, a tale of a man who gambled with kings. In the silent desert the story is told of a life taken early and a heart grown cold. By the old hanging tree he embraced his final breath, swallowed by a shadow in the dance of death. Out in the shadow of the devil's spine, where the wind sings low through the hangman's vine, ghost town whispers, a tale unfolds beneath the hollow sky in the cold. Whiskey bottles lay by forgotten graves, each sip a memory of the brave. Dance the hollow sky walks under the moon's pale light, twirl with the ghosts of those lights. reminiscence of old, of a lover's betrayal, and hearts turn cold. Train whistles mourn like a funeral cry, past burning churches where faith did die. She promised forever by the light of the stars. Now she's just another scar. Dance the hollow sky waltz under the moon's pale light, twirl with the ghosts of those lost to the night. Love's a bitter trail of the lonesome and gray. The hollow sky waltz sweeps the broken away. In the cursed land's grip, under twilight's crown, I face the east where my life burned down. Dust storm roars a reckoning tune. Her face appears in the eye of the monsoon. Dance the hollow sky waltz with fury and might. Claim the revenge in the dead of the night. Storm's rage cleanses the sins of the fray. The hollow sky waltz where I lay her to stay. In the embrace of the land, under a star so high, I dance alone where the lost souls sigh. The hollow sky waltz, my final goodbye. A dance with the shadows under the cursed sky. Out where the whistle cuts the silence of the cursed plain, I found a dusty bottle spinning tales of pain. A ghost town sleeps under a sky cruel and misty. There's blood on the whiskey, red at sunset gory. Old shackles rattle where lost souls bide. Beneath the shadow of the gallows where the sinners cried. Blood on the whiskey, fire in the night. Haunted by the echoes of a love that died. The desert knows my secrets, buried deep and free. Blood on the whiskey, the spirits cry to me. A memory stirs of a love so fierce and blind. In her eyes a tempest, the stormy raging kind. But love turned to betrayal on a dusty windswept eve. She lay with my brother in the chapel by the reeds. The preacher spoke of forgiveness while my heart spoke of a grave. Now every sip of bourbon tastes the bitterness of betrayed. Blood on the whiskey, fire in the night. Smoke rises from the church where we once saw the light. The wind carries whispers of deceit and decree. Blood on the whiskey, the ghost won't let me be. Underneath the desert moon, I poured the pain away. The bottle lay like the words I couldn't say. As the stars judged in silence from their heavenly seat, I met my reflection, my betrayal complete. Blood on the whiskey, we reap what we sow. In the land of the forsaken, on the cursed winds blow. I'll ride with the shadows till death sets me free. Blood on the whiskey, this outlaw's legacy. Every chord a mournful plea, every note a whispered dread. In this haunted desert ballad, where my heart forever bled.
Out where the train whistles cut through the night, amongst ghost towns and graves forgotten tight, a dusty bottle stands half empty, poised in grace, beside a tattered gown of old weary lace. The moon casts shadows long and thin on silent churches where sin sleeps within. Oh, we dance the ashes and lace, waltz sweet and slow, under stars that no longer dare to glow. Her whispers in the dark, like a serpent's hiss, in this ghostly ballroom, sealed with a traitor's kiss. She was sunlight slicing through my cursed land, a beauty fierce with a tempest in her hand. But the devil's in the dust storm, spinning tales of deceit. Her heart was a bounty, and I too blind to retreat. Whiskey told truths that daylight dared to hide, in the echo of our love, a specter bride. Yes, we danced the ashes and lace, waltz lost and low, past shadows that the burning church did throw. Her laughter once a melody, now a cold sharp twist, in this desolate waltz by betrayal kissed. The mirror cracked, the silver faded black. I saw her ghost in the lace, no turning back. With each step the floorboards creak with blame. In the dance hall of shadows I called her name. So I danced the ashes and lace, waltz alone and stark, with the phantom in my arms in the desert dark. Revenge a bitter trail from the lies we spun, in the haunted night under a blood-red sun. This heart worn down by a waltz so vile, yet I spin, step and sway, caught in her ghostly smile. Out where the wind whispers tales of betrayal, under the shadow of a blood-red moon, stands a lone figure by the tracks frail, humming a sad, forsaken tune. Whiskey bottles lay buried in sand next to the ruins of a burnt-out church. This cursed land holds tight to a ghostly hand on a heartbroken lover's endless search. In the ashes of the devil's deal, where lost souls wander and kneel, lies the story of a love that died beneath the stars of a silent desert sky. By the light of a dying fire's glow, he recalls her laughter mingled with sin. A dusty storm swept her away slow, leaving trails of might have been. A whispered promise turned to scream in a ghost town where their dreams fell apart. Every dusk is a broken dreamer's dream in the graveyard of his once hopeful heart. In the ashes of the devil's deal, where silence whispers try to heal, echoes of a love that turned to cry under the haunting, endless desert sky. There in the dust he faced his fears, a revolver's truth at the devil's ear. Betrayal's cost was steep and clear in the echo of a distant train's jeer. In the ashes of the devil's deal, he found the strength to finally feel no more shadow, he stands revealed as the dawn breaks over cursed fields. Now the desert holds his tale, a ballad song where the brave fell. In the cold light truths prevail. In the ashes he broke the spell. There's a trail that cuts through the heart of the dust, where the wind whispers secrets in the ghostly hush. Broken bottles tell tales of the dreams that died under the shadow of a church with its cross burned wide. Riding through the lonely road, whiskey on my breath, every mile a memory of love, betrayal, and death. The desert's heart is beating beneath the cursed moon's glow. On this road I ride alone, where the lost souls go. Once loved a girl with fire in her autumn eyes, promised her forever under sapphire skies. Found her heart was stolen by a drifter's song, left me with the echoes where my trust went wrong. Riding through the lonely road, whiskey numbing the pain, each town a ghostly whisper, each loss a link in my chain. The stars are silent witnesses to the rage I've stole on this path of vengeance, on this endless road. In a dusty canyon I face the man in black, echoes of the past like a train upon the track. His draw was quick, but my revenge was quicker. The gunshot rang, but the pain just got every ghost town past, I shed a piece of my old life. In the silence of the desert, I find my strife. Yet this road I ride, it knows my every woe, a companion in shadows on this lonely road.
In the heart of a ghostly desert town, under moonlight's glow, where a whispered wind stir the sands of sins long ago. There's a gunslinger's shadow stretched beneath the gallows frame, chasing echoes of love, now just a withered name. A bottle of Outlaw rests in his trembling grip, each sip burning like the truth on a traitor's lip. Dust devils dance where the church once boldly stood, now just charred wood, whispering promises of the good. Whispers in the gunslinger, tales of lead and gold, revenge a bitter story, through his blood runs cold. Betrayed by a brother, lost his heart to deceive, in every silent heartbeat, his fate he'll meet. Years back they rode as one through the storm's rage, a band of brothers, bold script on history's page. But greed whispered through the canyons of men's souls, and what was once sacred now a curse controls. In the dead of night the desert heard a train's lonesome call, the same night as love's laughter became a deathly pall. Brother's betrayal with a bullet sealed in a kiss, left him bleeding in the dust, a sworn promise. Whispers in the gunslinger, tales of lead and gold, vengeance stirs the embers in the desert cold. Haunted by love and a life that thieves stole, his sorrow buried deep in a forgotten road. Under the crimsoned horizon, his eyes finally see the ghost of his beloved walks, whispers let it be. But the winds carry vengeance, and in the dust he's drawn to right the wrongs by the dawn's first light, or be forever gone. Whispers in the gunslinger, a soul never at rest, accepts the path before him with an iron in his chest. Through forgotten graves he roams, but never alone. The desert has witnessed the sand his final home.
In the shadow of the old church bell, where the whispers tell of heaven and hell, a dusty bottle lies by a forgotten well. In this ghost town where silence fell, through the chapel's charred and blackened frame, echoes of past it can't reclaim. There's no mercy in the silence. Just the sound of the wind through a sinner's bones, and the haunting call of the train's old moans. Under the desert sky, wide and brave, no mercy in the silent grave. She wore white in the blazing heat, betrothed to a man she'd never meet. A lone rider, shadows at his feet, promised love but brought deceit. Her heart was a prize he couldn't own, left her with nothing but the dust and stone. There's no mercy in the silent grave, no shelter from the storm he gave. Just a dusty memory of a bridal veil, and the bitter sting of the love that failed. Under the pale moon's watchful gaze, no mercy in the silent grave. Out to a starless sky, across the plains where the lost souls lie. The gunslinger's path, a tale of woe, in the cursed lands where no life grows. He rides seeking a redemption's wave, but finds just shadows in the silent grave. There's no mercy in the silent grave, every man meets the fate he paves. Just the echo of what he used to be, in the whispering sands of eternity, with nothing left but to be brave. No mercy in the silent grave, no mercy in the silent grave.
In the shadow of the old ghost town, the clocks all froze at 12. The wind whispers secrets in the language of a dusty spell. Whiskey bottle lying empty next to boots worn by the gales, underneath the stars that flicker over lands that God forgot. Midnight in the silent grave where the lost souls come to play. Echoes of the train whistle, moans of wood on the old gallows sway. Every grain of sand a memory, every stone a broken heart. Midnight in the silent grave where the past tears you apart. She was red, the flame of the prairie, burning fierce and burning bright. Left me cold beside the river where we kissed under the night. Found her whisper in a letter with the truth as sharp as knives. Said she's gone to seek her fortune, left me dead but still alive. Midnight in the silent grave where shadows stretch and reach. Sound of burning church bells ringing far beyond the preacher's speech. Every flame of faded love, every ash a dream we crave. Midnight in the silent grave where we count the sins we save. There's a curse upon my heart, like the curse upon this land. In the dust storm's heart I see her, with a pistol in her hand. Ghosts of what we were start dancing in the ruins of the chapel. I draw my gun as midnight strikes, revenge a bitter apple. Midnight in the silent grave, now our ghosts no longer roam. Silence falls like heavy curtains on the stage of flesh and bones. Every shout a loud confession, every echo a farewell. Midnight in the silent grave, in this haunted desert shell. The song drips with the essence of a haunted, forsaken place. The music, a slow haunting melody that walks through the ruins of love and betrayal.
In the heart of a ghost town, where the shadows play, dust swirl like spirits over the decay. An old church bell rings, but there's no one to hear. Just whispers of love that turn to fear. Whiskey bottle lies broken, a testament to the past. In the silence of the desert, only the cursed outlast. Shadows and smoke under a blood-red sky, ghosts of what's gone in the blink of an eye. Whisper your secrets, but keep your sins close in the land of the lost. It's the shadows and smoke. There's a tale of a lover turned cold and betrayed by a kiss that was promised, then cruelly delayed. Her eyes like the night, her heart once aflame, now nothing but ashes, just a whisper of her name. Under the lantern light, with the train whistles moan, she vanished into the night, into the unknown. Shadows and smoke where the old memories choke. Lost love's a dagger and revenge is a cloak. Speak now a heartache and the promises broke, haunting the silent. It's shadows and smoke. In the flicker of the fire against a canyon wall, he faces his reflection, greatest liar of them all. Forgotten graves are calling as the storm begins to rise. Tonight he'll end his running or meet his demise. Shadows and smoke, this is the outlaw's yoke, bound by the night where the true word spoke. From dust to dust, in these lands we're just folk, living and dying in shadows and smoke. In the echo of his footsteps, the desert holds its breath. Shadows and smoke, he'll dance his dance with death.
On the edge of a ghost town, under a bone-white moon, the wind whispers secrets in a cursed, chilling tune. A lone whiskey bottle, half buried in the sand, glints just like a teardrop from a long lost band. The church on the hillside smolders still, echoing prayers of a people's broken will. At midnight in the outlaw heart, shadows dance with fate. Every whisper in the dark, a story of love and hate. The desert holds the memories of pistol smoke and scars underneath the silent stars. At midnight in the outlaw heart, railroad track stretch, reaching for the past. The train's mournful whistle screams of love that couldn't last. Her laughter haunts the canyon, a melody of pain. The night we vowed forever, then never spoke again. My boots stir the dust where we once had roamed. In the depths of the night, where cold truths are combed. At midnight in the outlaw heart, echoes fill the void, each ghostly tale retold of lives once enjoyed. The desert knows each secret, each buried broken part, lost within the whispering winds. At midnight in the outlaw heart, I face the mirror of my soul in the silver moon's cold glare, haunted by the specter of a love beyond repair. My hand grips the pistol as vengeance takes its art in the theater of the damned, where end and beginning start. At midnight in the outlaw heart, destiny is spun, the past and present blur, where all my roads come undone. Here lies my redemption, or perhaps my final mark. I'm one with the dust and shadows. At midnight in the outlaw heart. The shadow of the burning church, the devil's wind did blow through the ghost town silent streets, where cursed whispers grow. A whiskey bottle lay half buried neath the sand, the only witness left from a forsaken, blighted land. Echoes from below, like train whistles in the night, carry tales of lost love and hearts that once burned bright. The sands themselves keep secrets under moonlit starry skies, every gust a reminder, every silence a disguise. Beneath forgotten
graves where the restless souls do sleep lies a tale of a lover's vow that the earth decided to keep. He promised her forever by the old sycamore tree, but his shadow found the gallows, betrayed by his decree. Echoes from below, they whisper through the dust of bonds broken by betrayal and the crumbling of trust. The desert knows the stories of the lives that had to fall. Every breeze a memory of what was lost by all. In the heart of the silent desert, I faced the storm alone. The skies cried out like the anguished in a deep resounding moan. The truth hit hard as lightning. My fate was sealed by past deeds. Now I roam these cursed lands where my heart forever bleeds. I'll follow these haunted whispers through the night till I can't rest, laid down by the very echoes that cursed but also blessed.
In the dusk of serpent's prayer, where the devil cast his lot, the wind whispers secrets in a town God forgot. Whiskey bottles lay empty, unatoned skies are red. Every soul's a shadow in the land of the dead. Serpents coil on the steeple, the church burns down to Christ. Forgotten prayers falling on ghost town lies. The heart of the desert holds a bitter curse. Afraid, shadows stretch long as justice fades away. I once loved a maiden with eyes like stormy dreams, in a place where silence drowned out the screams. Betrayed by a brother with a heart turned to stone. Now her whispers haunt the night in the winds that moan.
Serpents call on the steeple, church burns down to cries, the lonely spirits wailing under bloodshot skies. The heart of the desert knows my sorrowful claim. Shadows swallow sunsets, and with them my name. At the crossroads I stand, gun heavy in my hand. Echoes of the train over the forsaken land. His shadow meets mine under the cursed moon's glow. Two brothers lock eyes, reap the seeds once sown. Serpents coil on the steeple, the past in flames does lay. Ashes float to heaven, but my soul it stays. The heart of the desert, cold under starry expanse. In the shadows of serpent's prayer, I had my last dance.
Out in the ghost town where the shadows creep, dust devils dance where the secrets keep. Old whiskey bottles clink in mournful song. Railroad tracks stretch cold and long. Lone church burns in the twilight's glow. Flames whisper tales of the heart's woe. Gone with the wind, gone with the night, gone with the love that once held tight. Under the pale moon's judging eye, gone with the lost love, never to retry. We swore our oaths by the forgotten graves, beneath the crosses among the staves. Her laughter echoed a haunting tune on the curse of sun and the darkened moon. But betrayal's knife was sharp and sleek, left my soul hollow and my heart weak. Gone with the wind, gone with the night, gone with the love that once burned bright. Under the stars' cold silent jest, gone with a heart torn from my chest. Silent deserts, the truth I faced, every memory I can't erase. Her ghost in the winds, an endless call through the dust storms that rise and fall. Revenge, a fire that in me resides, right in the dark where vengeance hides. Gone with the pain, gone with the spite, gone with the love into the night. Accept the silence, the soul's deep cut, gone with the lost love. The door now shut. In the end, it's just me and the dust. Gone with the lost love in whom I trust. Out where the dust whispers secrets to the dawn stands a shadow of a man with a heart long gone. Whiskey stains the stories of the love he once knew, roaming through ghost towns under skies so cruel and blue. Echoes from the gunslinger, cries lost to the wind, a trail of broken vows and sins he can't rescind. Each shot that rang out left a soul to grieve in the haunted whispers he can never leave. By the light of a lantern he recalls her face. In a burning church embrace they found their grace, but a brother's betrayal, like a serpent's hiss, left him cold and wandering in a cursed abyss. Echoes from the gunslinger, shadows in the sun, haunted by the ghosts of what he's done. Every empty bottle, a memoir of pain, drenched in the sorrow of a desert's rain. Underneath the silver gleam of a merciless moon, he faces down his past in the desolate saloon. The truth hits harder than the bullets he's dodged. Alone with the silence, a man forever lost. Echoes of the gunslinger dirge in the sands, a life spent grasping bloodied hands. Now he rides to the horizon where his demons dwell, in the echoes of his heart, a never-ending knell. So listen close when the train whistle wails past forgotten graves where justice fails. For every story ends but his legend stays, a gunslinger's echo lost in the haze.
Whispers in the burning barn. In the shadow of a dust-worn town stands a barn ablaze. Smoke like dancing spirits, whispers fuel the haze. A cracked whiskey bottle at the threshold, cursed land's embrace. Moonlight on the gallows where forgotten names find grace. Whispers in the burning barn, tales of love betrayed. Ashes hold the secrets of the hearts that stray. Ghostly echoes call me to settle up the score. In this lonely desert, justice thirsts for more. Years ago, beneath the stars, a love was sworn in silence, but betrayal's knife was sharp, wrought in midnight's violence. A fire sparked by a lover's hand, now revenge is nigh. Train whistles mournful tunes as old ghosts pass by. Whispers in the burning barn, a requiem for the damned. Fires cleanse the sins of a soul where once they grandly stood. Forgotten graves tell no lies, earth keeps what it claims. Desert's breath grows colder as it whispers your name. wish my heart faced its foe. Silhouettes in the firelight, dancing slow and low. The truth was a blade sharp and cold in the hand of my fairest. In the ashes of that sacred place found the depth of my despair. Now whispers in the burning barn guide my weary gun. Love's debt paid with fiery breath under the setting sun. This land of dust and echo knows my final stand. Whispers quiet as I walk, ghost upon the sand.
Sagebrush kisses cold night skies. The ghost town whispers with its hollow cry. Empty bottles clink like restless bones, echoing through the streets past abandoned homes. Serenade to those who roam alone, carrying the scent of sin, dust and loam.
From the ashes of the shadows, vengeance draws its breath. Underneath the crescent moon, dancing close with death. Each step forward is a step into the past, where the heart knows no peace and shadows are cast. Train whistles moan across a cursed land, singing tales of a love slipped like sand through hands. Burning church in the distance, a beacon of forgotten faith. Testament to fires of betrayal and rage. In the silence of the desert, a lone grave unadorned, lies the soul who played with fire and by fire was scorned. From the ashes of the shadows, vengeance draws its breath. Underneath the blood-red sky, courting silent death. Footprints lead to nowhere on this desolate path, where every whisper in the wind is a ghost wrath. In the mirror of the night, my shadow confronts me, a specter of the man I swore I'd never be. Weighs heavy with my faith. In the echoes of my sins, I see the gate. Through the ashes of the shadows, I've come to claim I do. In the heart of darkness, I find what's true. The desert knows my story, reads it in the land underneath the starry sky. Here I make my stand. Each line carries the gravity of a lone gunslinger's confession, told under the vast and starlit desert sky, where every shadow holds a story, and every gust of wind is a pouring
Echoes from the burning barn, down where the sagebrush meets the blood-red sky. There's a barn that burned under the raven's cry. Whiskey bottles lay scattered with the ash. Each ember tells a tale of love and a backstab clash. Echoes from the burning barn, they call out in the night, singing songs of what's been done in the pale moonlight. A heart torn apart by deceit and a lying tongue. Now all that's left is the shadows and the songs unsung. It all started in a ghost town under a silent star. She was like a desert rose wild from afar. But the preacher's son had a devil in his eye, promised her the world, gave her the lie. Train whistle blew a mournful sound when he broke her heart. She watched from the dusty ground as her world fell apart. Echoes from the burning barn haunt the desert wind, a tale of a love so cruel and a sin wrapped in sin. The desert knows her pain, the storms are desperate cries underneath the endless sky. Even the truth dies. In the dead of night with a gun and a tear-stained note, stood inside the flames, her sorrow in the smoke. Faced the man who turned her heart into a cursed land. In the blaze she found her peace, the revolver in her hand. Echoes from the burning barn, now quiet in their rage. She found her revenge in the fire she did engage. As the dawn breaks clear over lands that God forgot, only scorched earth remains and a love that time will not.